Okay, what's up, guys? This feels weird. I'm back at it. Didn't really think this was gonna happen, but you know, it happened. So I guess I'll just hop into it. My name's Trevor. I am disconnected from Showdown, and I run the MPL to Draft League. And yeah, I used to have a different channel. I went by Sheer Force. And if you're watching this, you probably already know that because I doubt I'm getting new watchers right now. But yeah, I run this league called the National Pokemon League. We're going into Season 4. If you don't know what Draft League is, it's basically a Pokemon League. About 16 teams, you draft Pokemon, and then you battle it out like a National Football League, like that. You go a couple weeks battling, and then you have playoffs, and you have championship. And yeah, good stuff. So we just drafted. And yesterday we did the live draft on Twitch, and I was hopping in as a guest every once in a while, you know, telling people why I picked what. And it was exciting. It was a lot of fun. I missed it. I missed talking about Mons. I changed my channel, my Sheer Force channel, to a channel called Trevor Eisner, which is me. So if you want to check that out, you can. It's a vlog channel and like a lot of in IRL stuff. And yeah, the channel's doing really well. Ever since I switched to Pokemon, I switched from Pokemon, I've gained over like 140 subscribers. Maybe, no, not probably like over 130 as of right now. So that's really good. I've never like seen growth in any YouTube form from myself like that fast. So it's awesome. I'm really enjoying that. But I figured I'd make a second channel for gaming. So I don't just want to do Pokemon on this channel. Eventually I do want to do other stuff. And this is just gonna be my channel to chill out and just enjoy making videos. It's kind of like a hobby. Because YouTube's something I've always loved. And I've always been pursuing it as like I want to make it big on YouTube. I don't know, I love like creating videos, and I think YouTube's the first step at that. I don't think I'm like good enough of an actor to like be an actor in movies or commercials or anything like that, but I do like creating content, and I think YouTube is the perfect platform to do that. So I think the vlogs really show my like passion for it. And Pokemon doesn't show my passion for it because it's so bland. There's not much you can do with it. But I think having a gaming channel can show my competitive side and you know, just a different side of me, a more relaxed side of me. So I hope that makes sense. So this is me. I'm going by T Daddy. I guess I'll go through a background of that. So T Daddy, when I went away to college last year, I had a couple friends who started calling me T Daddy. It was just a joke because, you know, I was kind of like the responsible one out of the group, I feel like. And like, I don't know, I'm just my personality. They were just calling me T Daddy. I don't know. It was just funny because I'm kind of just like a chill, laid back kid. And it was just a funny joke. And now in the MPL, you know, we assigned roles and whatever in the Discord chat, and I put my role as Daddy, and then like I have my admins, I have my coaches, and yeah, since I'm the daddy of the league, everyone just started calling me Daddy. So I decided to, you know, take those two inside jokes and make the channel T Daddy Gaming, because I do not want to limit myself to Pokemon. I think that's a terrible mistake. And yeah, so we are already 4 minutes into this video. Okay, I thought I was talking a lot longer than that. And you have just been looking at my first draft pick. So the draft went like this. Based off last season, you got your spot. So out of 16 teams, I actually made it to the semifinals and lost. If you want to see older battles from me, my playoff battles, I could definitely upload those until Season 4 officially starts. Because I do have my NPL Season 3 playoff battles and my ITL Season 5 playoff battles. So if you want to see those, please let me know in the comments, and I will be sure to upload those. But I'm sure a lot of you have already seen those battles. So I have the 13th pick, I believe. Yeah, I had 13. Eric was 14. Urka Perka was 15, and Resilient was 16. So yeah, with the 13th pick, I picked up Mega Gardevoir. It's literally in 6th gen. I think it was the best fairy, but now with the addition of Tapu Lele and Magearna, it probably puts Mega Gardevoir at like number 3. But I think it can do more than Tapu Lele, but like defensively, it defensively does more than Tapu Lele. Magirna does things defensively also, just in a different way with like an assault vest. But Magirna has better setup options, and Tapu Lele is just a nuke. This thing can be a nuke, obviously 165 base special attack, and it has good speed. It outspeeds Tapu Lele, obviously. So just comparing it to those three, you know, depends how you look on it. We name it Titania because, you know, Queen of the Fairies. Like I said, it's top 3 now, so you can't really call it the Queen of the Fairies, but I guess you can because it's the oldest. So I think I'm gonna run it defensively a lot. I think a lot of wish support maybe. Try and burn some physical threats because my defense is trash. But I will bring it offensively from time to time because it does beat other fairies most of the time, which is awesome. Besides like Klefki and Magirna, just because the special attack will is higher than any other fairy special attack, and yeah, there's just not a lot of fairies that can beat this. A lot of people draft. Everyone gets a solid dragon, so a good fairy is necessary. And the poison types can't really beat me either because there's not a lot of offensive poison types besides like Gengar. And the only thing that got drafted, and like the Nidos, which would have to be Scarfed in order to beat me. So, but a lot of poison types just drop to my Psychic type moves. And yeah, so you guys probably know enough about Mega Gardevoir to know it's solid. So this was a mega pick, so it did. I'm not going to really describe how the point system worked, but basically this is my mega pick. And there was tiers. So actually with my second pick, I took a tier 2 Pokemon because it was going to go early, and since I had to back, like my pick was like number 13, it was going to take a while before the pick got back to me. So Dragonite's a great mon with multi-scale. It can be run physically or specially, 134 attack, 100 special attack. And this is actually my Z-mon, so I can run like Flynium Z with Fly, and just hit like a truck. And yeah, it's a really good mon, especially with the Z Crystal. I can only use attacking Z moves, so I can't run like Z Defog. I don't even know what that does, but I can't run that. I can only run attacking moves, so you know, if you see the physical or special sign, none of these special symbols. So if you're not familiar with Pokemon, there's like cores, and basically in cores, the core, each mon will like help out with a weakness and help out with something that it can't touch. So for example, Gardevoir is weak to like poison and steel. And so steel types are immune to poison and resist steel, and then steel types are weak to fire and ground, and then my dragon is resists fire and is immune to ground. What are steel types also weak? I don't know. I just basically everything that a fairy is weak to, a dragon and a steel type should be able to cover up those weaknesses and kill. But yeah, I'm sorry if I explained that horribly, but that was my pick. Dragonite's awesome. I'm excited to use it. We named it Nitro. That's a tribute to a roller coaster at Six Flags, New Jersey. So next up, we got Smash Williams at Terrakion. So as you can see, I'm drafting pretty offensively to start off. Mega Guard, like I said, can be run in many different ways. But yeah, this thing's got 129 attack, 108 speed, so it's a great mon. It adds a rocker to my team. So when I draft, I like a fast offensive rocker that usually fits me well. Like when I played in this league called the TBU, I did really well with Garchomp, and it was probably the best. Like, I don't know, I just felt like I was getting hazards up really well in that league, and it probably had a lot to do with Garchomp. I'm not saying I'm going to run Stealth Rock a lot on Terrakion, because sometimes you want to run a Bandit or Choice Scarfed, but I think it's definitely a possibility. But yeah, this thing's kind of a one-trick pony with Stone Edge and Close Combat. It gets Rock Polish, which is really good, and it gets Taunt, which is also cool. You're probably never going to see me run like a Calm Mind set. I've seen it be done before, but it's kind of lame. I don't think it's cool. It gets Poison Jab, so I guess If I don't want to risk Stone Edge against a Fairy type, I can run Poison Jab because obviously fairies resist fighting, so you know, stuff like that. But yeah, Smash Williams. That's if you guys ever watch Friday Night Lights, it was the running back, and that man's Terrakion just looks like a running back. And yeah, so that was my tier 1 pick. And this now I'm gonna dip into my points and grab Celesteela. This thing was actually drafted in the first round last season. It dropped to round 4, and this mon is just straight broken. So it was literally like the biggest steal of my draft. As you can see, it gets amazing coverage. It gets fire coverage, grass coverage. It gets leech seed. It gets stone edge. It gets heavy slam, hits so hard, stab. It gets flame charge. It gets autonomized. So yeah, it gets earthquake also, which is great. So this thing really helps out with really goes well with my Mega Gardevoir because I can switch into poison and what's it called, steel types very easily. And usually this thing can beat like any other defensive mon because of leech seed and grass types because it gets stab flying. It's one of the better walls in the game. So out of my first 4 picks, the weakness I see is electric, and like I kind of lose to Bolt Beam. I don't have a resist yet, so like if you don't know what Bolt Beam is, it's like electric and ice type moves. Because normally like a steel type will help you with your ice weakness, but since it's part flying, obviously it takes neutral damage now. But it's so bulky. Sorry, if you see the stats, like just basically base 100s or higher above. All around. Crappy speed, but we get like autonomous. It's still like pretty solid speed for such a bulky mon. And I named it Odysseus because I just read the Iliad and the Odyssey, so Odysseus was one of the solid characters in those. And yeah, he's like a Greek warrior, so he's got steel and shit. Next up, we got Man Ray the Mantine. That's a SpongeBob reference. As you can see, like all my mons, I have like Ice Beam, and then I had Icy Wind. I didn't draft an Ice type spoiler, so I was just making sure I had enough Ice coverage because Ice is a really good typing, offensive typing. So I was just trying to make sure my mons had ways to hit with the Ice type moves. It gets Swift Swim, which is kind of cool. Water Absorb is probably going to be the most common ability, but this thing's great. Special Defense is literally crazy, 140 and 85 HP. Special attack is good. Attack is horrible. I think you get U-turn. Do you? No, you don't. But it does get Gunk Shot, which is crazy. It gets Bullet Seed also. So let's say I am going up against a team and they happen to have a... Damn, I can't think of anything with a 4-time weakness right now. It gets Seed Bomb also. What the hell? But Scald's good, Roost is good, and it gets Defog. Okay, that's the main reason I drafted it, because it gets Defog. Defog gets rid of hazards, and hazards are usually something that can win you games. When you LP Pokemon, hazards just seem like the most unnecessary thing ever, but competitive-wise, hazards are really important. And I have my friend Aki in my division, and the man always loves to try and hazard stack me, so Mantine is definitely going to be necessary if I want to, keep hazards off the field. And yeah, so next pick I have Cherry Bomb, the Darmanitan. It's a Tyler the Creator song. Actually, it's an album, so that's that reference. This thing's probably gonna become Choice Scarfed or Banded half the time. It has 95 speed, which is really good. I wish it was like 100. That would make it so much better, but 95 is good. It ties with a lot of stuff, but it's still a solid speed tier. And 140 attack is just insane with Flare Blitz, Sheer Force ability, and then there's this thing called Zen Mode, which is just a meme that you guys probably won't see me run. Yeah, get Earthquake, U-turn, and I think Close Combat? No? I thought I got Fighting type attack. What's the usual next move? So you could go Rock Slide, Zen Headbutt. Superpower, that's what it gets. Okay, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you can run it differently though. Really terrible defense stats. Solid HP stat though. So yeah. Also, that's another staple of like when I do well in leagues. I have a strong, like, powerful fighting type. I mean, fire type. So like I usually do well when I have like Victini or Infernape on my team. So I'm hoping Darmanitan can fill that role of just wall breaking. It definitely can. I mean, this thing breaks walls easily, but I'm just hoping it can pull that off. Like last season, I had Chandelure on my team, and I didn't bring it a lot. And then I brought it in playoffs, and I put in so much work in playoffs, and I just really regretted not like using that thing. But yeah, it's kind of rock weak, so that's that. Now I need to go find my second half of the draft, and I already team built, so hopefully you didn't just see that. Okay, so next up we got Virizion. Virizion is an interesting mon. This was a tier 4 pick. It's kind of repetitive because I got Terrakion, so two very strong fighting types, and it has that base 100 speed, 108 speed, Jesus Christ. And then we have 129 special defense, which is really cool. Super bulky. So you can run it physically or specially. This was just a set I was messing with, so like, it's another Zmon, but this I can run with the, like I said before, I can use these special type attacks. So I can use like Z Sunny Day, which raises your speed by 1. And that allows me to use Solar Beam, Focus Blast. That doesn't help Focus Blast, but then like HP Fire will be boosted. So this thing gets really good coverage. It gets Calm Mind, which I wish I got like Bulk Up instead because I already have amazing special defense. So raising my defense would be super nice. It gets Bounce too. So Bounce will be interesting to use with like a Z move. Like Z Bounce will help me beat other grass types. I'm pretty sure you get Psychic. No, you don't. You get Zen Headbutt. But yeah, so like Z Bounce. Like let's say I'm playing against like a Tangrowth and I use Z Bounce. It's just I don't know. I don't know the calc, but I'm just saying it'll help me beat other grass types. But this helps me. I kind of had a rock weakness before, so this kind of helps me resist rock. It takes like 6% from rocks. I think that's how that works. And I think it's nice having a grass type that resists rock, because obviously grass type beats rock types 1v1. But now I can actually like switch into those rock types. Like after I have Terrakion, why am I blanking on a good rock type? I was gonna say Mega Aerodactyl, but then like nah, I'm 4 times weak to flying, so that's another kind of problem. I'm 4 times weak to flying. I do have a good flying resistance, Celesteela, but and I also patch it up later. So Arya Stark is here. She is a character from Game of Thrones. And yeah, cool mon. Next up we got Ajax. That's another Iliad reference. Ajax is just a dope name too. So I got Swampert here. It's gonna be probably my main rocker this season. Really good stats. Crappy speed, but this thing can be run offensively, you know, with like a choice band or a life orb. But also gets that Ice Beam and Scald. But yeah, you can run especially offensive, but obviously better physical attack. Gets Torrent and Damp. Damp is kind of like a risky thing to run, but if you know you're going up against like a, I don't know, let's say a Landorus, and you can avoid a Choice Bandit explosion. I don't know. The Torrent is, I just like, obviously Torrent and Blaze and what is it, Overgrow are just seen as bad abilities, but they come in so clutch sometimes. Like when I've been playing on the ladder a lot with Empoleon, because Empoleon beats like Tapu Lele. Well, it doesn't beat it, but it switches in pretty well. I don't know. It's just a new mon to use, and it gets Defog. I don't know why I'm talking about Empoleon right now, but I'll like get into Torrent range, and my Scalds are just doing so much more damage, and it's just so nice. So yeah, that's Ajax. I drafted Ajax and Mantine, 2 water types, but this is immune to electric, so if I didn't draft this, someone could just easily bring an electric type and Volt Switch all around me, and I really had nothing for it. But now I had the Swampert that they're gonna have to prep for, and they either have to bring HP Grass for my Swampert, or they're gonna have to bring like HP Ice for my Dragonite. And actually, my next pick right here, Magnezone, they might have to bring HP Ground. So with a combination of Swampert and Magnezone, it's going to be hard for people to predict what hidden powers to bring if their Mon doesn't get good enough coverage. And I really like the Magnezone pick. I really was questioning my draft and like the synergy of it, but once I got the Magnezone pick, everything kind of fell into place. It really helps with my Dragonite because they totally help with each other's weaknesses. Magnezone is 4 times weak to ground, but Dragonite is immune to ground. Dragonite is 4 times weak to ice, and Magnezone resists ice so well because it's really bulky. And then Virizion is 4 times weak to flying, and Magnezone 4 times resists flying. So things are just working out. Magnapult is really nice. It helps with other what's it called? Steel types, because it traps them. So for example, Empoleon, I can trap Empoleon and get an easy kill on that. Sturdy is nice too, if I want to kind of just be like offensive, or I don't know. Probably won't run Sturdy, but Analytic is also super great because it is a slow Mon, so I will be moving last a lot of the time. And slow Volt switches with Analytic are just hit very hard because my special attack is very high. So this thing doesn't get great coverage, but Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon also helps with fairies again. I don't really think I'm going to have problems with fairies this season. I have Magearna in my division, which still can be a problem even just because of the amazing coverage, guys. But Magnezone helps. Magnezone definitely helps. Next we have my tier 5 picks. I saved them both for last. So we got Tauros. Tauros is really nice because it has 110 speed, so it's going to be my fastest Pokemon on my team. And it gets amazing coverage because it's a normal type, and just hits really hard. 100 attack, only 40 special attack, but with Sheer Force and Life Orb, it'll hit really hard with like a special attack, because Life Orb adds 1.3, and then Sheer Force will add another 1.3. So I don't know the math to that, but this will be hitting like a, I don't know. Should I do no, I'm not gonna do the math, but it'll be hitting hard. And then like a Life Orb, Sheer Force, Rock Climb is just insane. 90 base power times 1.3 times 1.3, 100 base attack, and it's super fast. I also drafted it because I wanted a normal type to be immune to Ghost. I didn't have a Ghost resist up until now, so now I have a Ghost immunity, and so yeah. It doesn't get Crunch, which annoys me, but it gets Pursuit. But yeah, it doesn't get anything to really hit. It gets Payback. Power doubles if this user moves after the target, which won't happen a lot because I am in fact fast. Do you get Ghost? You don't get any Ghost type moves. Spite, that obviously is not going to help me. And yeah, that's whatever. We get Pursuit. But next, I ended up actually picking up Dark type, and that is Steel Force. That's another roller coaster. El Toro is another roller coaster. And then we got Fear the Reaper. I didn't really know the nickname, but like I like the Blue Oyster Cult song, and I feel like it kind of relates to that. I don't know. Basically, draft this Mon for Stab, Knockoff, and Sucker Punch priority. It gets Swords Dance, Baton Pass, which is really nice because in this league you can actually Baton Pass like any stat possible besides Evasion. So you could go like +6 in every stat besides Evasion, and Baton Pass that to like your Magearna or whatever. So I could go Swords Dance, Baton Pass into my Terrakion and just click GG in the chat. And yeah, just the Stab Knockoff with 130 attack is just, it's nice. It's hard to switch into with anything. And yeah, so that is my draft, guys. Let me know what you think of it. I think it's definitely a fun draft. I think it synergizes pretty well. I might make some drops. I still am a little questioning, I guess, my Mantine pick a little bit, but I really do need that hazard removal. But I don't know what I'd probably end up keeping it because I don't know what I would replace it with. Sorry if this video was a little long. It's my first video back too, which was kind of nerve-wracking. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this, to be honest. I'm kind of nervous. But if you enjoyed, remember, drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, T-Daddy Gaming. But yeah, these battles will go up once a week. And if you want to see my older battles I didn't upload on my old Pokemon channel, let me know. I can definitely upload those as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy T-Daddy. And I will see you guys in a future battle. Peace out, guys.